Scrap the cap, Alberta's government shouted Tuesday, announcing a $7 million ad campaign targeting the federal Liberals' proposed emissions cap on oil and gas producers.
We're challenging this proposed policy that would stifle our energy industry, it would kill jobs, and it would ruin economies.
Alberta is buying newspaper and TV ads across the country for about 6 weeks and has launched a website with a form letter encouraging Canadians to email their member of parliament.
Engineering and innovation will help solve the emissions challenge. Instead, the federal government plans to use a sledgehammer to kill a fly. And today, all I'm asking is for Canadians to join us.
But several Alberta-based academics went public saying while they have concerns with what Ottawa is proposing, they also feel Alberta is trying to mislead Canadians. At issue, this front-page ad wrapping Halifax's Chronicle Herald. It says the cap is on production, not emissions, and that it'll increase grocery prices. Both are not true, says this Calgary-based economics professor.
Grocery prices are a real strain on many, and so it's not surprising to try and connect this issue to that. There's just really no credible reason or analysis to suggest that that link is real.
Still, Trevor Toome thinks the Liberals' cap is a bad idea.
Sector-specific, targeted policies like the cap can lower emissions, but they tend to do so at higher cost. It's much more efficient for government to pursue uniform, equitable policy.
The proposal aims to cut emissions by as much as 38% below 2019 levels and cap them by 2030. There could also be an option for companies to buy offset credits to exceed that number. Still, Smith says Alberta is calling it a production cap, alleging the rules would leave producers no choice but to hit the brakes on output.
We do not have the technology to achieve it. The only conclusion and the only way to achieve it is through shutting in production.
The Alberta NDP pointed out the province already has a limit on oil sands emissions, brought in by former Premier Rachel Notley and left in place by the government, which replaced hers.
This is typical Danielle Smith and UCP. They're spending a whole bunch of taxpayers' money in places like Halifax to try and influence the upcoming federal election.
Canada's Environment Minister has said the cap is a critical piece of the country becoming net zero on emissions by 2050, and a draft of the new rules will be public soon. From Edmonton, Sean Amato, City News.